and welcome to Kids After 40. I am Ronetta, and I have a 10-month-old and a 3-year-old. This video, I'm going to just give you a few little tips that I discovered and show you some video footage and pictures of when we traveled to Texas for the holidays to my parents' home. As you can see, I'm taking the little one out of her car seat and I put her in my carrier. That's how I carried her through the airport. It was much easier to just have her in the carrier going through TSA. I didn't have to take her off or anything. So I had her in the carrier. I put her in facing me at first, but then she kind of woke up and wanted to look around. So I switched her and I put her little hat on her head. And getting through TSA was not a problem at all. TSA, we have pre-check, so only thing I had to do was put my backpack up, put my 3-year-old's backpack up, and the only thing they wanted to do was just take the milk out. They take the bottle of milk out, they open the top, and they take this little piece of paper and they wave it over the top, test it in a machine, and then we're good to go. So TSA was a breeze. It wasn't bad at all. As you see, my little one had to stop by the Christmas tree and pose. So once we boarded the plane, she's like, Mom, where's my wipes? So she's wiping down the seat, she wiped down the windows, she wiped down everything. Then when we she sat down and she wiped down her tray, she wiped down the armrest, the seatbelt, she wiped down our sister's seat. So she was really, we cleaned, might as well say we cleaned the plane again. And before takeoff, she was all set. I took let her take her mask off to eat. She was eating some what was she eating? I think she had some grapes or something during takeoff. And the flight attendants, you have to keep your mask on covered over your mouth and your nose for the entire flight unless you're eating. When you're finished eating, they advise you to put it back on. And she did that. Um, Going through the first half of the flight, it was okay. She was fine. My little one, I took her hat off of her head because I fed her a bottle as we were taking off just to help with the pressure on her ears. And she did fine. They both went to sleep. Journey stayed awake for the takeoff. She wanted to see the plane taking off. As you can see, it was really dark outside. It was still early. We had a 6 a.m. flight, so the sun wasn't even up yet. But they both slept very, very good. They slept almost the entire flight, which was totally okay with me. And I tried to sneak a picture of how many people were actually on the plane. The plane wasn't full at all. It was, when I got to check in, I think the lady told me it was about 45, 50 seats that were open. I purchased 3 seats. I purchased a seat for each of us, even the baby. Even though she can fly free, I still wanted to make sure we had that whole row to ourselves. And it was totally fine. Laid them out, laid her out on the seat. She stretched out. They both slept. I put her hat back on her head. Journey put her mask on while she was asleep. Sailor, I put her hat back over, just put it over her head while she was sleeping. They slept the entire flight. They woke up when it was time to land. Everyone put their mask, and Journey put her shield back on. I put Sailor back into the carrier and we exited the plane. It was totally fine. As you can see here, Journey walking through the airport, she was showing us, trying to guide us to get to Grandma and Pop Pop. She was so excited. Of course, she had to stop and take another picture by the window. And then if you can see, we had quite a bit of luggage. I'll do later on. I'll do a packing video to show you exactly what I pack when I travel with them. Well, this was Sailor's first flight, but Journey and I have had at least, this might have been her fifth or sixth flight so far. So I kind of have a packing system down, but I'll go over that at another video. And then on the return flight, the pictures, I made Journey a snack box. I'll show you. I'll do a video on the snack box as well. Just a few little of her favorite snacks and fruit that she likes. And she loved it. She had her headphones on, she had her tablet, she was totally fine. Of course, she wiped down the plane again, did everything. Sailor ate and she went to sleep. I put the hat over her head. She was totally fine with that. They When she woke up, she wanted to eat, and I gave her some. This was like some granola mix, cinnamon food, and this little device here, this little travel spoon. I can't remember where I got that from. I think it was Target. I'll find it, but I'll put that in my packing video when the video I'm gonna do about packing and traveling with toddlers. It came in very, very handy. I actually had two. I had one that had um, a little snack in it for her, and I had one that had some cereal in it for her. And she ate both of them. Journey had the stewardess brought her some water, and they only give you water and a little bag of like a little Chex Mix snack. So she had that. She ate that. She put her tablet up, and then while she was eating, I didn't want her to keep her mask off too long, so I just had her put her shield on, just to kind of keep a little safety precautions going there. And of course, she stayed up the whole flight except the last 30 minutes of the flight, and then she decided to go to sleep. Well, when I say she went to sleep, she went to sleep. I literally had to shake her to wake her up to get off the plane. But she did get off because I told her we were going to see dad, and she was super excited. So, and that last one is a picture of us when we landed into back into Chicago, and they just had some cute Christmas decorations hanging from the ceiling, and I stopped to take a picture from, in front of those. So, a couple of thoughts is one. Let me first just give a shout out to Daryl and Ashley Ramsey. They have a YouTube channel, and I got the idea for the baby hat with the shield, the sun hat, from her video. The Daryl and Ashley. I'll put a link to their video at the bottom too, because she had some really good tips in hers too. So thanks for that, Ashley. Really appreciate it. And it wasn't as bad as I thought traveling. Um, Everyone was pretty much, the same. The airport wasn't very crowded, although we left early in the morning on both flights. The flight was not packed at all. Southwest is usually full flights leaving out, but it wasn't it wasn't packed at all. And this was we flew after they had started opening the middle seat again. They are selling every seat on the plane, but it wasn't full, so it wasn't bad. A couple things I did do before we left. We took gave them elderberry and some sea moss every day to help build their immune system up. Well, we take that every day anyway, but I was very, very make sure I didn't miss a day. Just I want to build their immune system up because I knew we were traveling. And when we came back, we had to quarantine for 10 days. We were fine. Then before they went back to school and I went back to work, we all went and had the swab test, came back negative, and we were back to the new normal, I should say. But just a few more little takeaways. I kept some wipes handy. I made a little bottle of 90 proof alcohol, a little spray bottle, and I just used that just to spray down. Like when we went to the bathroom, we went into, oh my God, let me just say this. I need Boeing to get their act together because these little bitty bathrooms, oh my gosh, three of us trying to fit in that bathroom was not at all working. But I didn't get any footage of that because I didn't have my phone with me when I went to the bathroom. But and I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. It would have been crazy trying to do it. But I just used a little alcohol bottle. I take that with me everywhere, and I just sprayed stuff down. Like I sprayed, even though she didn't sit on the toilet, I covered it, but I still sprayed it down. I sprayed the handle. You spray the where she's going to turn the water on. Anything that she's going to touch, I sprayed it. It was TSA was fairly easy both ways. It was it wasn't as bad. It wasn't bad as I thought. So if you're traveling with your kids or if you're just traveling by yourself during this pandemic, I would say the main thing is not to panic. I think I was kind of just making myself a little more nervous than need be. And we just took extra precautions and followed all the guidelines, rules, regulations, and we were fine. Yeah. So until the next video, thank you guys for watching. If you like videos like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that alert button. Until later, ciao.